Alright guys, I'm gonna show you my Monarchs.
Brick City, bitch.
YugiNoNo.
King Prepare! Okay, so sadly the deck starts with only one Aether. Despite being at 1, she still might be the best card in the deck just because she gets so many pluses, it's crazy. And then you play 3 copy of Erebus, which is like your Queen Tiramisu, it's a non-targeting spin. And then because the deck is hit, you have to play 3 copies of Vanity's Fiend.
No, God!
Because this is your other win condition besides the domain lock, plus Vanity's Fiend combined with March of the Monarchs is pretty much an instant win. I mean, Metal Foes, for example, have to have like an MST and an Eccentric to out that field, which is very unlikely to happen. And then I only play 2 Karas because I like playing the Thessalos, just because I like to look through my opponent's hand and like get their domain out of their hand.
You.
And those are my 10 tribute summon monsters, although sometimes you do have to tribute summon for this guy. And that is why I play him, because I like the option. Just sometimes this guy just unbricks you by getting that domain lock on the board. If you guys don't know what he does, he's like a Cyber Dragon, but your opponent doesn't have to control a monster, you could just special summon him. And in testing this deck, this guy made the deck so much more consistent over Mithra. Because yeah, being able to tribute summon twice with Mithra is really good, but having that consistent domain lock like every game just made the deck better. Then of course you play the 3 Adio, and then I only play 2 Eidos. This is the best ratio in my opinion with this build playing the Quantum, and the ratio is technically 10 and 10 tribute summon monsters and 10 monsters to tribute because of Rhoda and 1 for 1. But for the last 2 monsters, I main deck Maxi because going second, this card wins you games. Like you have to main deck that card. And then for the spells, you play a Potato, and then obviously since this is the domain build, you play 3 domain of the True Monarchs. I really like this thing coming in super now, by the way. That is awesome. And then you play 3 Return of the Monarchs so you can search stuff. And what's cool is if you have 2 of these up and you tribute summon for your red layer, you actually get to search for a Karaz and a 2800 attack, so that's really good. And then you play 3 Tenacity. This thing saves the deck. Being able to search out Stormforth is still really strong. And then you play a Drumstick because being able to like literally beat your opponent is an ensured win, like every time.
I still beat your ass like a fucking drumstick.
And then of course sadly you only play the 1 Monarch Stormforth, and then you only get to play 1 copy of Pantheism because
Konami fucking sucks.
and then 1 March of the Monarchs, and I like playing Frostblast just to have the option there. It's just like my little tech card of the deck, I guess you could say, but not really. And then you play 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 for 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Upstart Goblin. And the only traps you play are these guys. And then to the extra deck you play 1 Evil Swarm Ophion. Just kidding. But for the side deck, I play 3 Chaos Hunter because it's an Imperial Iron Wall just for your opponent, which is good against ABCs and all kinds of stuff. And then I play 3 Retaliating Sea versus Metal Foes. This card is off the hook. Like, this card is fantastic. And technically, you could side this against heroes for like a hero lives or mash change. I mean, it works. And then for Paleozoics, I side 2 Jinzo because this is like an auto win versus that deck. And when I'm going second against like Metal Foes or heroes or other shenanigans that I don't really want to deal with, I side Gamer Seal because this just out stuff like Infinity and all that. And then going first against those shenanigans, I play Zaborg because you can get that shit out of their extra deck before it even comes out, which is fantastic. Like against heroes, you get rid of their Dark Claws, you get rid of the Bahamut Sharks so they can't even get out the Toad, and it just wrecks their extra deck and they can't do anything. And then for ABCs, I side 2 System of a Downs. Wake up! And normally I side 2 Typhoons, but I can't find my other Typhoon, so that's a Typhoon, guys. It's a Typhoon. All right, guys, that is the deck profile. I hope you like it. If you do like it, then dick slap that like button and subscribe.
Subscribe.